If you're a realtor out there and you're wondering why business feels so exceptionally tight right now, today we're going to talk about one big reason why that's happening. A new Housing Wire report came out, and it says that mortgage applications just fell 10.5% in 1 week. At that same time, the average 30-year fixed mortgage rate, that climbed to 6.43, ouch, which is the highest level we've felt since October of 2025. Refinance applications, how are they doing? Well, they dropped 15%. And purchase applications, those aren't doing so hot either. And that's the one that's going to hit us the most. They dropped by 5%. That means fewer people are jumping into the market. And even the ones who don't want to, who want to get out there and do something, they're hesitating even more now before they actually act. And let's be honest, this matters for every single realtor out there. Why? Because when applications fall, it's usually signaling one big thing. Motivation is softening. Affordability is actually getting squeezed, and the consumers are feeling uncertain. In other words, this is not the kind of market where you can just sit back and wait for your leads to magically show up because you put a sign in the yard, you made an exceptionally really cool post on Facebook. That graphic is insane with 14 hashtags, and now you're just sitting there praying on it. When fewer people are raising their hand, the agents who are the ones that are most visible, easy to find, easiest to work with, and easy to believe in, those are the agents that are actually getting hired. Okay, here's another thing in the article that you may pass over that I think realtors should actually pay attention to. The refinance share of total activity fell from 52.3 to 49.6, and ARM shares rose 8.1%. This is telling you that consumers are adjusting. Their payment sensitivity, that's what's happening right now. They're sensitive and they're looking at alternatives. They're trying to make a decision and how to work with rates. What environment can I actually do stuff with? So sending warm hugs, that's not helping. So what does that mean for your business today, and what can you do about it? It means that content has to actually answer real questions and real concerns. That should be you talking about monthly payment strategies, seller concessions, rate buy downs, assumable loans where relevant. You could talk about first-time buyer programs, and you could also talk about what buyers can actually do in this market instead of just saying, now's a great time to buy. Now's a great time to buy. People are tired of that generic. They want clarity. And I've done that generic garbage too. This is where the Digital Agent Academy becomes a real advantage for an agent. Because the point of the Digital Agent Academy is not to teach agents how to dance on camera and do the little TikTok pointing thing that I never good at. This is where the Digital Agent Academy is becoming a real advantage for agents that are diving in. Because the point of the Digital Agent Academy is not to teach agents how to dance on camera and point at things on TikTok and hope your algorithm blesses you. The point is to help agents build a modern business that's working in a market exactly like the one that we see ourselves in today. Instead, that kind of system, agents learn how to create content that actually answers the fears and the buyers that sellers have right now. They learn how to make videos, webinars, landing pages, digital business cards, follow-up funnels, lead funnels, and authority content that is going to position an agent as the guide instead of another salesperson just screaming into the void. When mortgage applications are down, the answer is not panic. If you've been in the market for any time, you've seen this before. The answer is precision. You need to become an agent of the future and an agent who explains the market better than everyone else. You need to become the agent who shows up in actual search functions when someone looks for who's the best agent in this market. You need to become the agent who builds a trust video. You need to become the agent who captures leads digitally, not on paper, digitally, and then nurtures them instead of losing them because they weren't ready at that exact second when you were. The article highlighted that the Access Mortgage Intent Index actually fell nearly 6% week over week and is down 8.2% from recent peak, just weeks ago. That's a big signal that buyer intent is sensitive to rate movement, and that means that agents cannot rely on momentum. They need a system. In an easier market, the average agent survives. I've seen this for years. And then in the tighter market, those strategies that you put in place, that's what's going to get an agent paid. This is where being digital wins. It helps you stay top of mind longer. It helps you educate before objections actually even show up. And you're attracting clients outside of your immediate sphere. What you want to do is help convert attention into appointments, and that's going to help you build a brand that people will remember when they're finally ready to move on their timeline. So if you're a realtor watching this and you don't just read headlines like applications fell and then get completely discouraged, watch this as a wake-up call. The old school agent sees this article and they think, the market is slowing, what am I going to do? The digital agent sees this article and thinks, I need now to become more visible, more valuable, and more systematic right now than ever before. That's the difference. That's the actual difference out there. If buyers are cautious, well, your education has to go stronger. If rates are higher, well, then your communication has to get cleaner. And if demand is softer, then your digital presence, because that's where the eyeballs are, it has to get better. This is exactly why I believe the future belongs to a digital agent and modern agent who is out there. And that's exactly why we made the Digital Agent Academy to help realtors stop depending on outdated methods, start building modern businesses, their business, where they can win in any market. If you want to learn more on how to do that, how to create the kind of content authority and lead systems that will actually make clients choose you before they ever meet you, and follow along, reach out. That's what we do here all the time. This market is not just testing agents, it's going to expose them. And the agents who adapt digitally, they're the ones that are going to be the ones still standing, still growing, and actually still closing transactions when everyone else is wondering where the business went.